Oregon. Oregon State hosting Gonzaga. First place up for grabs in the WCC. Fans piling in, and a playoff atmosphere is going to be full throttle tonight. Quick look at the WCC standings going into a busy evening in conference play. Both Gonzaga, Oregon State tied atop the table with those identical 6-1 records. Santa Clara, LMU, Portland in the hunt as well. Good evening, everybody. Ann Schutt's joined by my broadcast partner. That's my good friend Jennifer Mountain, former coach with Santa Clara in the WCC. All right, you look at these two clubs. Before the season even started, the experts were saying these are the teams to watch, and here we are.
Battle for first place is on the line tonight. Gonzaga comes in as the leading three-point shooter in the country, and Oregon State's defense is elite. This is going to be an epic battle.
They talk about the three-headed monster when Oregon State comes to play, and it is a threesome that is very hard to beat. Gosh, read it and weep.
Well, you got Schuler, Bolden, and Villa scoring over 60% of the Beavers' points. If you look at Schuler's assists, Jenna Villa shooting 37% from the three-point line and just playing elite right now.
The Zags counter, and I mean counter, with their own 1-2 punch of Whitaker and Turner.
A dynamic duo for the Zags. I mean, one of the best freshmen in Lauren Whitaker in the country. She's averaging almost 19 and 12 a game. And you look at Allie Turner, elite three-point shooter, almost 56% from the three-point line in West Coast Conference play. Oregon State's defense has a big task at hand tonight.
Two great coaches will be roaming their respective sidelines. Scotty Ruick in his 16th year, 330 victories, winningest in Oregon State history, 5-time Pac-12 Coach of the Year, and that 2016 Final Four. Lisa Fortier in her 12th year at Gonzaga, fastest to 300 in program history, 7-time WCC Coach of the Year. Both of these coaches, Jennifer Mountain, as good as it gets across the country.
Well, absolutely. I mean, you look at their records and what they have done, their elite programs, the atmosphere here tonight, and I mean, you talk about the meetings last year between these two teams. All three meetings were either an overtime win for one of them or a couple possession game.
Series history, Oregon State leads it 5-2. And Jennifer mentioned the 3 times these clubs met last year. Gonzaga's last victory, well, it was in Corvallis. I mean, Oregon State won in Spokane, Gonzaga won in Corvallis, and then Oregon State with that scintillating semifinal last-second victory in the WCC tournament.
Well, and I expect nothing but the same thing tonight. I mean, you look at these teams on paper and on the floor, this is going to be a tough contest for both squads.
Both teams 14-6, both teams 6-1 in conference play, coming off of victories. We've got a great one, and we are underway at Gill. Inside look, and that's too easy. Ooh, Whitaker could be doing that all night long.
Lauren Whitaker does such a good job at using her body and getting deep position right there. Villa got caught behind, took a stab at it, and Whitaker will make you pay if you miss.
Boy, does she pin, boy, does she seal, and you mentioned the early work. Here's Bolden. Ball on the deck. Love the kick. Schuler didn't want it. 8 on the shot clock for Kennedy, the floor general. This is where she's the most dangerous. Loves that play right there. She'll go to the line, puts the brakes on, fades back, gets fouled.
Well, Kennedy Schuler, I think she should have pulled that jumper on that driving kick by Bolden, but this is her to a T. She makes something happen by getting into the paint. Watch the penetration. Defense is kind of sagging off, kind of begging her to shoot that ball, but that nice little turnaround gets herself to the line.
Whitaker picks up that foul. We'll keep close attention on the big dogs staying out of foul trouble.
Well, if you're Oregon State with Whitaker and that quick foul, you got to go right at her trying to pick up a quick second.
How about Schuler hitting 2 free throws? She's a 51% free throw shooter, but has been shooting better from the charity stripe in conference play.
All about confidence, and you see her confidence in all areas of her game just improving throughout the season. And there's a steal right there by Schuler.
Quick hands, Schuler, Bolden, Villa. That's good defense by Betancourt. Look out here. Tie up. Possession arrow favoring Oregon State.
Oregon State just got a little bit sped up right there. Defense very good, keeping the ball in front by Gonzaga, and the tie-up goes back to the Beavs.
Plenty Plenty of time on the shot clock. There's the high pick. Bolden tees it up. Good sign for Oregon State. She claps her hands.
Really good execution. Look, come behind, flip for Bolden. And I think she is a big factor tonight. Bolden's got to score. She does such a good job at creating, but she's got to score points for them. Schuler with another steal.
Schuler going in. Contact, nothing called. Wow.
Yeah, Schuler tried to create that contact.
Wow. I mean, the hesitation, and when Betancourt can give you that three, that really extends the defense.
Well, you and I were talking before the game about Betancourt really getting going offensively. Great sign for the Zags right there. If they can get a third player in double figures, that's huge.
So it's 5-5, packed house here at Gill. First place on the line. And how about Bolden? She's got 5 quick points coming off of 2 points in that come-from-behind victory against Pepperdine.
De'Ara Bolden, when she plays with confidence, she creates off the bounce, looking for her shot. Oregon State is a different team, and this is exactly what they need. And they're in a little bit of a zone here defensively, and the Beavs doing a nice job. And there's Whitaker once again getting position deep in the paint.
So 4 points for Whitaker. Schuler tried to come over to help on that double, but Whitaker has been facing double teams all season. She knows what to do with them.
Well, I mean, anybody that plays against Gonzaga knows her skill set, and if you've got to go double, you cannot give her one-on-one opportunities.
Schimmel, there's the kick. Schuler, fading, scoring. The strength.
Kennedy Schuler is doing a really good job of getting deep into the paint, and then on that reverse dribble or pivot, she's creating that space, she can get the shot off.
She's so strong that by fading away and creating space. Oh, look at the block by Schuler.
Well, I'll tell you, Kennedy Schuler is just not a point guard. She can score, she can rebound, and right there, she can see her timing, gets some blocks.
All right, Jennifer Mountain, how about some keys, baby?
Well, if you're Gonzaga, they talked about defending the 3 guards, the personnel of Oregon State, rebounding huge, and then the poise in this environment. It is an NCAA tournament environment. Oregon State really wants to match the physicality inside, and they've got to do a good job of neutralizing Turner and Whitaker, and rebounding will be huge.
Lindemans and So checking in for Oregon State. Gardner on the court for Gonzaga. Villa, she's been quiet so far. Again, in the paint is Schuler. Muscles. Can't get the kind roll. She's really good at kissing the little flips off the glass.
Really impressed with how deep she's getting into the paint. Anytime she's wanting to get to that WCC mark, she's been available.
Hale on the floor as well for Gonzaga. Here's Gardner playing catch with Alcuso. Alcuso really aggressive all the way to the rim, draws the foul. Looks like So got her.
Good take by Alcuso. I mean, you look at the threats at the three-point line for Gonzaga, and we'll take a look at the foul here. Watch as she's creating. So just a little bit late, moving her feet, and picks up a quick one. But I like the aggressiveness of Alcuso to get to the rim.
Transfer from St. Mary's, 2024 West Coast Conference Freshman of the Year. Last year it was Turner Freshman of the Year.
So got two Freshmen of the Year on the floor. That's pretty nice.
Good board by Villa. And into the hands of Schuler.
Oh, defense fell down.
How about the rare take by Schimmel at the cup? She's a three-point ace, but she goes hard to the rim.
Oregon State is having a ton of success of getting to the paint and getting high percentage shots.
11-8, Oregon State, 5:40 left to go in the first. Alcuso draws the foul, and again, you love Z aggressively going to the rim.
Oregon State doing a good job. Schimmel taking it off the bounce, off the handoff and the on-ball screen, gets a step on her defense. Easy look. And then the other way, Alcuso answering, getting herself to the line once again by creating off the bounce.
Schimmel got her first, team second. Allie Schimmel with a little wrap on that left thumb, kind of jammed it a little bit, not her shooting hand.
Gonzaga in a 1-2-2, three-quarter court out of the made free throw.
Looked like that ball might have been blocked, huh?
It did.
Okay, so Schimmel got checked, and we're going the other way. A chance for Gonzaga to take the lead. What a fun game this has been so far. Good crowd here at Gill. Perimeter stuff for Gonzaga, 9 on the shot clock. Good job by Schuler, a good rebounding guard from that weak side. She wants to push. Here's Villa stepping into the 3. Front rim and off. Nice job by Lindemans, and the ball stays with Oregon State.
Good look in transition for the three-point line for Villa, but we are knotted up at 11, and it's a fun one. Come on back.
The impact Kennedy Schuler makes on both ends of the floor, Jennifer, really insane.
A little bit of everything. I mean, Schuler's got 4 points, 2 steals, and so she's not that point guard that's just running the show. She's looking to score, and I just think her confidence level as the season has gone on just continues to get bigger and bigger. She's such a strong guard, can create on her own, and is setting people up for success.
And she's even better in conference play than she is overall, with the 12 points, 6 boards, 6 assists per game, and leads the club in conference play in blocks and steals. Again, it's the full meal deal with this one.
Absolutely, and you don't see those kind of stat lines with point guards whatsoever, and you just see the well-rounded player that she has become over this last year and a half.
Lara Alonso on the floor, Bolden back onto the court. She wants to go hard to the rim. Good defense by Turner inside. We're going to go the other way.
Good defense, good take by Bolden.
Yep.
And love the aggressiveness. We talked about that three-headed monster of the 3 guards, and so far they've got 9 of the 11 points.
Boy, that thing brought down rain. Gardner, a good 3-point shooter, 50% from deep. Hits it.
Yeah, transfer back from Boise State. She's a Spokane kid, played at Meade High School, and she can really shoot the 3.
Coming home, I guess. Offensive carom, Alonso. Villa, 3-point triple is good.
Offensive board, best time to shoot the 3 on the kick out, and Jenna Villa stepping in, great footwork, and drains it.
Villa with her first points of the game coming from beyond the arc. What a job she has done transferring from Washington State. The storylines of this game, unbelievable. Whitaker on the floor as well. Remember, she's got the 1 foul.
Oregon State in a little bit of a junk defense right here, and a turnover by Gonzaga on the travel. Oregon State doing a nice job on the offensive end, but here's back-to-back 3s. Gardner knocking it down, and then the other end, Oregon State answering off the offensive board here. Kick out, and Jenna Villa knocks it down. When her feet are set, she's so good.
14-14. Close game, you'd expect nothing less. Stepping back, Bolden continues the hot hand. She's got 7 quick points.
Bolden doing such a good job. You see that step back move where she's creating the space right there. Defense doesn't have a chance of blocking that.
And Bolden, so effective at home, loves this Gill Coliseum atmosphere.
Well, you can see right now, Oregon State in a little bit of a junk defense, not allowing Allie Turner any shots at the 3-point line. They're double teaming inside on Whitaker and having a lot of success right now.
Lauren tried to keep the ball alive and the pivot foot down and the footwork there. But Oregon State playing good double team defense.
Really good defense.
Speaking of defense, Gardner got a little bit too aggressive with Bolden. That's her first. Team second.
2 hands on the ball handler is what they called here, you know, coming up the sideline. Gardner really being feisty with Bolden. Good matchup.
Beavers by a deuce, under 3 to go in this very entertaining first quarter. First place on the line in WCC play. Villa, clever!
Really nice take to the rim right there. Mid-range runner. You saw Whitaker had to stand up, but couldn't come to block that shot, afraid of picking up a second foul.
Here's Whitaker again deep. Bartuso. Alonso. Wow. I mean, the freshman from Spain going toe-to-toe with Whitaker.
Jenna Villa, we talk about the success that she's had. You got to respect the 3, and she takes you off the bounce. Little runner to the cup. Really nice finish.
So you watch Villa from deep. Then you get her mid-range. So if you're the defense, you better be ready to react.
Well, you can just see she's expanding her game and different ways to score the basketball.
Good job by Alcuso to avoid any kind of turnover, and Whitaker shows you the mid-range, not just tough down low.
Well, really smart because she was not having success down low. She was getting double teamed. She's got range, you know, stretch the defense.
What she is doing in the WCC, Whitaker, and in the nation, in terms of her numbers, incredible. Bolden. Oh my goodness, what a quarter for Bolden. She's already in double figures.
Well, broken up play right there, and Schuler does a nice job of finding Bolden in the corner. And again, just she's got the hot hand. You got to feed it. She's 2 of 2 from the three-point line.
Ice cold from beyond the arc in conference play until tonight. Wow. Whitaker. Blocked. Late whistle goes against Schuler.
Ooh, that's a tough call. Other end, broken play, like I mentioned. Betancourt almost gets a steal, but Schuler smart. Again, the vision of Schuler. She knows where people are on the floor. And then the other end, Whitaker does a nice job, just one dribble move and gets hit on the hand.
So here's Whitaker, injury-plagued career at this point, coming over from New Zealand. In the WCC, #1 in scoring, rebound, and field goal percentage. 8-time WCC Freshman of the Week, including the last 5 straight. In the country, #2 freshman in scoring. Does it all.
She really does. And the thing about her game, Ann, is she's got such a high ceiling. She can stretch the defense. She can shoot the three. She's got the mid-range game. And like I talked about, her positioning with her footwork and her body is elite.
Double team. There's the turnover. Bolden throws it away. Schuler's got to be careful. She's got the 1 foul. And should mention, too, that Whitaker, #1 freshman in the country in double-doubles. Thank you very much.
Yep.
And there's a foul on Alonso. That's her first, team's 4th.
I like how aggressive Alonso is being down low. You know, at times she's come in and had big minutes for the Beavers, but big-time matchup and a tough task at hand. But she's come in and taken the challenge.
Villa Williamson back on the floor. $1:05 left to go in this opening quarter. It has been something. Quick hands, Schimel. She's got Kennedy ahead for the deuce.
Well, turnover in the baseline out of bounds leads to a fast break opportunity. Easy look for the Beavers. Gonzaga's got 4 turnovers in this first quarter.
And Turner has been quiet at this point. Alcuso hesitates, back rim and off. Look at Whitaker, not there on the follow. And Williamson throws it away.
Really good offensive board by Whitaker. Other end, we look at just the fast break opportunity that Oregon State had out of that turnover on the baseline out of bounds for Gonzaga.
So 23-18, 33.1 left to go in this first quarter. Oregon State looking at its largest lead of the game in this back and forth affair. Great pass, Alcuso slips it inside, and the travel will go against Gonzaga. Another turnover.
Oregon State is doing a really nice job of mixing the defense up, and Gonzaga really having a hard time recognizing that's their 5th turnover in the quarter.
Fortier would be the first to say that 18 turnovers a game isn't acceptable. This 5 in 1 quarter, that's going to make her a little cranky.
It's all about Oregon State's defense, however. I mean, what they're doing, they're mixing it up, they're taking things away, and that's what Oregon State is known for. Coach Rook does a great job, and Schuler's going to get called for a travel here.
Betancourt and Gardner did a really good job. Once Kennedy went to that sideline, they said, okay, we'll take the extra defender.
Yeah, you got an extra trap right there.
Yep.
Take a look at this pressure defense. Schuler doing a nice job. Betancourt cut her off. And like you said, there's that sideline defender right there, adding just that extra element. And we go the other way.
Game clock off, shot clock at 15 right here. Turner has been scoreless, if I'm not mistaken, in this game at this point. Alcuso Flips it inside. Great dish inside. Easy pickings for Hale.
Z did a nice job of finding Hale down low.
Whoa!
Almost went.
That would have been good if it went. All right. Heck of a game we've got here. 23-20, Oregon State with the lead going into quarter number 2. Tiara Bolden at home sometimes is a different beast.
Oh man, and she has come to play tonight. She's got 10 points and a board, doing it from the three-point line. She's shooting 16% overall in conference play right now. She's 2 for 2 from the three-point line to start the first quarter. And it's not just about her scoring, defensively doing a nice job, keeping the ball in front. And Oregon State, I thought this first quarter did a really good job of mixing the defense up. You know, Turner hasn't scored. She did not even get a shot attempt off. They're in a box and one, triangle two situation. They're double teaming down low, making it very difficult for Gonzaga to recognize what they're in.
And if you're the Zags, how do you get Turner going? Because obviously she is key along with Whitaker.
Well, one thing I think that, you know, we'll take a look at is they do a nice job of running her off on balls. I would expect them to do that in this second quarter and get her going.
All right, second frame underway here at Gill. Packed house. First place on the line in WCC play. Top 2 teams with identical records overall, and in conference play, squaring off.
Gonzaga came out in this second quarter in a zone.
Field kicks. That's a shot that Schimmel usually hits. And how about Caitlin Field starting the second quarter?
Really good look for Schimmel in that deep corner, and that's the shot she loves, is that baseline jumper from the three-point line. Williamson did a nice job of attacking the offensive glass here, and Oregon State's going to retain the ball.
Alcuso picks up that foul for first, team's first. And again, Caitlin Field, the freshman out of Australia, starting the second quarter. Bolden on the bench for now. Williamson was wide open. Here's Field teeing up the three and hitting.
That's a big shot, Ann. I mean, she's been sitting. You know, you come in this environment, step in and knock down that shot, that's huge. Oregon State's doing a nice job of setting themselves up, finding open players for good high percentage shots.
Field 0 points the last 3 games. Field with the triple all ready to start the second quarter. Biggest lead of the game for Oregon State. You're looking at it. Dumping it inside. There's the kick. Oh, what a ball fake by Alcuso. Blocked by Williamson. Alcuso follows. 1 on the shot clock right here. And there's the shot clock violation. Half-court D by the Beavers.
Oregon State's defense, we talk about how elite it is in its position. It's team defense right there. You get the block. And then the Zags not recognizing that there's 2 on the shot clock. They don't get an attempt. Really good by the Beavers.
Skip pass now. Villa looking for some help. There's the pin, the seal, and the deuce for Williamson. Nice dish by Schimmel.
Williamson did a really good job of getting position defense. The high-low opportunity. Oregon State stretching that zone right there, and they were, again, successful by going in, high percentage shot.
Williamson really gave the look, too, put that big mid up. She said, yeah, give me that ball.
That's what you want out of your big right there.
And Williamson getting a mid on that one. Good offensive rebound, reloading the Zags. Turner, can she get the first bucket for herself? Not yet. 8 on the shot clock. Mid-range, not there. Williamson had good position against Hale, will go the other way. Williamson, the transfer from NC State, getting healthy. Here she is again, wants to square. Field again, short on that shot.
It's the right look. I mean, Williamson in that nice job of finding that person. I mean, you watch Kennedy Schuler once again finding the player that is open. Defense is sucked in. And then Williamson, she did such a nice job calling for that ball, getting position, keeping it high. You got the lefty down low to finish, and Oregon State up 8 right now.
And Bolden, who does not start the second quarter, on the floor now. Interesting.
Yeah, maybe, you know, just needed another extra 30 seconds, minute to get a little bit of a breather, and she's off to a hard start, what we talked about.
She's got the 10 points to lead everybody. Bolden, good positioning by Whitaker, and an easy call to make as Alonso picks up her second.
Well, you see how deep that she got into the restricted circle right there. And again, it's all of her footwork. You're using her strength just to get deeper and deeper. Alonso behind her is not going to be a good answer.
So checking in, Whitaker just named to the Becky Hammond Mid-Major Player of the Year mid-season watch list. Ball fake right there to get it up and over the 6'8", so 10 now for Whitaker.
Really good job of just going right at the defense.
Schuler short on that shot. I really like the play of Gardner, the sophomore transfer from Boise State.
That's the right look in transition by Akuso. She just wasn't ready for it. Akuso's got to recognize that she didn't have a chance of catching that ball, but that was really close to being really pretty in transition.
Lichty on the floor for Gonzaga. Transfer from Cal Poly, a good get for 48. There's the double team. Look at the quick hands by Turner.
1-2-2, three-quarter court trap right there with success.
Turner short on that shot into the hands of Villa. And again, Turner still looking for her first points of the game. Ball fake, Schimmel dumping it inside. It'll stay with Oregon State.
Yeah, the pace of this game in this second quarter is picking up. And right there, Schimmel once again kind of passing up a shot, I think, in transition.
I agree.
Ball is going. I mean, she's got this shot right there. Gets a defense. She got Whitaker up in the air, but then she's got to pull up and make that shot.
So Whitaker leaves her post, and I think Schimmel was thinking we've got a mismatch down low with So, but good defense by Gonzaga inside. Schuler, quick flip and scores.
Really smart. Got to always pay attention to where the inbounder comes in, and Schuler makes him pay. I mean, look at the percentages of shots that they're getting right now. 12 points in the paint. And it's been from the guards.
8 points now for Schuler. She and Bolden have been dynamic. The kickball. And again, you look at this Gonzaga club, and you love the fact that Whitaker's in double figures, high percentage shot, but Turner, 0 points, only 1 field goal attempt. That has got to change.
Well, there's that on ball that I was talking about right there, and they run it so well together.
Clanging at home is Lichty.
You can see Oregon State's philosophy is make somebody else beat you. Don't let Turner have looks. Whitaker's gonna get her points.
Lichty averages 2 points a game. You'll take that poison. You'll pick that one. But Lichty, give her credit, knocks it down.
That's what the Zags are gonna need, is people stepping up.
Schimmel back rim and off. Villa offensive rebound, and Oregon State will reload. 5:40 left to go in the second quarter. What a battle. Whitaker and So down low. Schimmel, rare three-point attempt. She flags down her own miss.
I love how hard Kennedy Schuler plays.
Bolden stepping into the three. Look out. Whitaker goes flying as Oregon State continues to pound the offensive boards. And look out, Schuler now has 2 fouls.
Well, Schuler just so smart. Steps right back in. Sneaks in behind the zone right there. And then going to the other end, we saw the pick and roll opportunity right there, but Lichty does a nice job, that mid-range jumper, and like we talked about just a second ago, I mean, if Turner's gonna be taken out of the game, somebody else is gonna step up. That's a good look.
Not sure what Ruick and Mike Price are talking about on the far sideline, but let's revisit the fact that Schuler now has 2 fouls with 5:22 left to go in the second quarter. And she's an aggressive player, but you gotta ask her to pump the brakes a little?
I think you pump the brakes a tiny bit, but you can't change who you are.
Okay.
You know what I mean? She's just got to be smart. And they're going to review something.
So we'll check with the officials to see what's going on. We'll take a quick break, and we'll give you an answer when we come back. Comeback fashion against Pepperdine, and here's the play that just blows everybody away. Check it out.
I mean, Kennedy Schuler, she not only found her, she, like the vision, look at that right there.
Wow.
Finding Jenna Villa for the opportunity to tie the basketball game.
And then there's the foul against Villa with just a tick left on the clock, and Villa hits the first one, misses the second one on purpose.
Yep, that was really smart.
I mean, heck, she's a 90% free throw shooter. But that play by Kennedy Schuler, falling out of bounds with the vision and thread the needle.
That's what Kennedy Schuler does. She never gives up on a play. She's a hustle play, 50-50 balls. She's so strong, and the fact that she was able to take a second and find her instead of just tossing it, hoping to goodness that somebody would find it. But just an excellent play. To go back to what the officials were looking at, they were just looking for a little bit extracurricular activity on that rebound, and it was just a normal foul.
Okay, common foul.
Common foul.
Yep. So here we go, 30-24, 5:12 left to go in the second quarter. Gonzaga in the house, Guild Coliseum, rocking and rolling. Ooh, Schuler almost had the swipe there. Whitaker mid-range. Oh, she's so smooth.
That was close, and you can see Ali Schimmel right now one-on-one defending against Turner. And we've been talking about in the timeout right there. She's only got one shot attempt, and that's got to be something that the Zags look at halftime.
Whitaker carrying the freight with the 12 points. Her range is so impressive. She'll hit the three as well, but mid-range and on that low block,
oh, yeah.
Lord have mercy. Here's Bolden. Can't shuck the defender. Good job by Betancourt. Two now, stepping through. Schuler, she'll go to the line. That's one of her trademark moves. Invite the contact and hit the stripe.
Invite the contact, take the contact, go through the contact. And she just does, I mean, the recognizing that the shot clock's winding down, you got to make a play, make something happen. And that's who you want the ball in her hands. I mean, right there, you get yourself to the free throw line, just super smart.
Betancourt with that foul, her first, team's third. And again, Schuler has been getting better and better quietly from the charity stripe in conference play, and that is massively important for Oregon State. I don't want to hear it. Do not want to hear about that jinx. Ooh.
Fans not happy about that.
Turner, there you go, Ellie. Atta baby.
Right off the on ball, and that's what we've been talking about. You see how quick of a release Turner has. She doesn't need a lot of space, so if Gonzaga can get her coming off some on balls, if the defense is a half a second late, they're gonna pay.
And one, Schuler. If you have her one-on-one done on that low block, you can forget about it.
Kenny Schuler once again creating off the bounce. Gets the defense on their heels, gets them up in the air, and then her strength to finish in the paint has just been extraordinary.
Osorobo with that foul, her first.
Smart substitution here by Coach Ruick. She's got the two fouls.
Yep.
Schuler's going to go to the bench here. Just to be smart, up 5, you bring Villa back in the game.
12 points for Schuler now. She gives you 10.7 per. But her numbers are up across the board in conference play. Whitaker, did she travel? No. Draws the foul from So. She picks up her second.
Whitaker did a nice job of feeling the defense. Again, man, if you're a post player, a young post player, you need to watch her body. Where she positions herself, she does such a good job. Her footwork. I mean, if you're in the restricted circle behind her, she's going to go right at you and score.
Yvonne Ejim, one of the all-time greatest Gonzaga, maybe the greatest ever. Never got a chance to play with Lauren Whitaker, but Whitaker learned how to win from Yvonne Ejim while she was nursing injuries. They roomed together last year. Whitaker soaked it all up, and Whitaker asked to be Batman this year, not just Robin, but Batman,
exactly.
And she has handled it with grace.
Yeah, I mean, you look at her skill set is one thing, but her maturity is another. And, you know, she doesn't get rattled by anything. She's just kind of steady Eddie, and just, we talk about her skill set. I mean, can you imagine Ejim and her together in the paint?
Oh my goodness, yep. 14 points now for Lauren Whitaker, who to me is not only a front runner for WCC Freshman of the Year, but Player of the Year as well, Jennifer.
I agree 100%.
That was a battle between Williamson and Whitaker, and Lizzie had good possession. Ball stays with Oregon State.
Williamson and Alonso have come in and really battled physically down low, and that was one of the things that Coach Ruick talked to me about earlier yesterday, is that just can they handle the physical play in the post, and so far so good.
Bolden wide open, wasn't able to hit that pocket three, and here we're going the other way with the chance for Gonzaga to tie it with the three. Whitaker now wants to dive.
Box and one defense, just taking Turner out of this.
Whitaker takes the bump. Again, the soft touch. She is rocking and rolling with 16.
Gonzaga, 3 of their last 3 from the field, and Whitaker, the recipient of the defense, just sagging off, not allowing Turner to get going.
19 points a pop is what Whitaker gives you. She's at 16. Great defense. Betancourt. Gardner steps into the 3. Oh, ooh, that's a break for Oregon State. Bolden wants to push.
Good look for Gardner.
Williamson. Ooh, Lizzie.
Mid-range jumper right there. She's got that in her arsenal and just does a nice job stepping in. And that's what the Beavers are going to need, post-production.
And remember, Schuler on the bench with the 2 fouls, Jennifer. It's a 3-point lead for Oregon State. 2:20 left to go in this second quarter. Here's Whitaker. She'll shoot the 3. Not there. Bolden with the board.
Not a bad look. Kind of a quick pull right there on the reversal. But she can shoot that.
Heck yeah, she's a 41% shooter from beyond the arc.
Miscommunication right there by Bolden, and the Zags out in transition. Betancourt, easy 2.
So Gonzaga, as you would expect, not going away. Williamson looks a little gassed. Let's see how Oregon State responds. This Oregon State team, with all due respect, just not the same when Schuler's not on the floor.
Very different, and just, you know, you see her leadership. And I'll tell you what, Bolden has come to play as well. She's got 12 points, 5 of 9 from the field.
Wow.
Creating off the bounce.
And Oregon State needed that. Again, Bolden with only 2 points against Pepperdine last time out for Oregon State, and she has responded. Long ball, not there, into the hands of Lindemans. Some of the youngsters getting some valuable playing time for Ruick. Bolden, is it a travel? It is. Lots of contact. This crowd is letting the officiating crew have it.
Watch Bolden's ability to get you off the bounce. Finishes high with their left hand. We've talked about the fact all season long that the 3-point line has been something that she's expanded her game with. But I'll tell you, she's one of the best in the league of making things happen off the bounce.
Gonzaga doing a much better job of taking care of the basketball in the second quarter. Both teams with 7 turnovers. Offensive rebound. Good hustle play by Gonzaga. Long ball, Gardner, bam!
I'll tell you what, they're, again, offensive board, best time to shoot the 3, but Gardner, 3-point specialist coming in off the bench.
And her season average of 6 a pop. What a stick for Gardner, the sophomore transfer from Boise State.
Gonzaga's got 10 points from their bench, and that's exactly what they're going to need. And you see the depth of this squad.
What an answer from Genevilla.
Genevilla with 7 points now, and a steal by Schimmel.
Oh, that's unfortunate. This place would have come unglued. Whoa.
Rook's going to get teed up right here because he's upset that they didn't call a foul.
He's going to be really careful about walking the tightrope of getting tossed. This is a big call, Jennifer.
Yeah, it is. Well, and he's got to be careful. You certainly don't want to have a situation where the officials give you a second one.
So Turner, a 95% free throw shooter. She's missed free throws against Indiana and Riverside. Hits a pair. She is now 46 for 48 from the charity stripe. This game is giving us everything, Jennifer Mountain. So here's Gonzaga in the final seconds. Turner picks up that dribble, now Whitaker. There's the kick. Alcuso, long ball. Foul's gonna go against Gonzaga and Hale.
Well, neither team are in the bonus, so number one, they're gonna have just less than 5 seconds to go. Have an opportunity to score.
You can get something decent at 4.7.
Absolutely. Gonzaga's going to pick up here in that 3-quarter court press, 1-2-2. They do this really often after a dead ball or a made free throw.
So Villa, your best 3-point shooter inbounding.
Yep, well, I can see her getting it right back.
Okay. Good call, Jennifer.
Oh.
Wow, wow, wow! Nothing called there.
And the clock didn't start.
Villa rarely shows this kind of emotion. And this crowd is hot.
Yeah, they are.
There was a ton of contact. And nothing called. And Nash is telling Ruick to come back. There's still time on the clock as Scott was walking towards the tunnel.
Well, they didn't start the clock, so they're going to have to take a look and see.
So Ruick, who's already picked up the technical, was walking towards the tunnel thinking that the half was over, or maybe just saying, I'm over it.
I think a little bit of both, to be honest with you. Very frustrated.
So, Jennifer, the question is,
they did not call a foul
on this play. Let's see.
Watch as Villa initiates contact.
Oh,
that is
man.
a foul.
Oh my gosh, in her face.
That is a foul.
Wasn't, aggressively going for her face, but Betancourt got her right in the forehead. How they don't see that
That's
is what Ruick
unfortunate.
can't believe. I mean, remember, we're at 40 apiece. This game has been insanely fun to watch, but boy, that was a missed call right there.
It sure was. You know, Scott, I don't blame him. Very frustrated over on the sideline. He was upset about the one that he got a technical on Schimmel when she stole the ball,
right.
inbounds ball. And that one right there, that was blatant.
Well, it was one that was, but what they're looking at right now is the clock.
They're looking at the clock.
Not the call or no call.
There is, they won't go
Right.
back and call a foul right there, but they're just trying to see if the half is actually over or not. Because I think the clock stopped at 1.3.
Great crowd here at Gill Coliseum. Top two teams in the WCC meeting.
Yeah, there's no time left.
And that'll do it. I guarantee that call, if it comes down to a last second kind of an outcome, that call or no call could be fresh in Oregon State's mind, especially the fans.
Oh, 100%. And we talked about the fact that all three meetings last year between these two teams were either an overtime game or just a couple possessions.
All right, so 40 apiece. What a classic between these two Northwest rivals. Coming up at the half, we will join Rob and Jeff for the latest episode of the WCC Insider Podcast. Storylines galore in this one, and look at the score. We got a great second half around the corner. Between Oregon State and Gonzaga, hey, the all-new ESPN app has arrived. It's all of ESPN, all in one place. It's your home for the most and best live sports and a whole new way to experience ESPN. With over 47,000 live events, studio shows, and ESPN originals and brand new features, it's a sports fan's dream. Check out Multiview and watch up to 4 games at once. Stream Center syncs your phone to your TV for a seamless 2-screen experience. The future of sports has arrived, and it's called ESPN. So download the ESPN app on your TV or mobile device, log in, and start streaming. Great crowd at Gill Coliseum, and they have seen and been treated to a heck of a game. Oregon State, Gonzaga tied at 40 apiece at halftime. Top two teams in the conference. First place in the WCC on the line. All the high drama you'd ever want, and these two teams have delivered. Ann and Jennifer, delighted to have you with us tonight. I got to ask you your take on this first half. My goodness.
Well, I mean, back and forth, obviously. We knew this was going to be a close one. I thought Oregon State's defense right out of the gate, really good. They did a really nice job of taking Allie Turner out of the game. Whitaker, I mean, her skill set. I mean, you watch her post play. She did a terrific job scoring inside out. And then I just thought they did a good job of responding. Oregon State, I thought their guard play was tremendous once again, but their bigs coming in, especially off the bench, coming in, making a difference.
You mentioned Lauren Whitaker. My goodness, is she fun to watch. The redshirt freshman out of New Zealand filling it up.
Well, 16 points, 5 rebounds, inside, outside threat. And I'll tell you, if you are a post player, a young post player, watch this young woman's footwork, the way she positions her body. If the defense takes one thing away, she stretches the defense, does something else. And Kennedy Schuler, what a good first half. She's got 2 steals, making it happen at the defensive end. We talk about her well-rounded game. She got a block in that first half as well, got out and going there. You see the block coming in from the backside, and then just creating off the bounce. That's her bread and butter. She does such a good job of scoring in the paint, in traffic, and so tough around the rim. She wants the ball in her hand and is continuing to play with confidence. And then Tierra Bolt, I thought she had a great first half, and that's exactly what Oregon State needed. She had 12 points, and it was making things happen from the three-point line. She was 2 of 4 from 3. She did a nice job in the mid-range, and then her bread and butter, she's so good and athletic of getting to the rim and taking people off the bounce. But I kind of thought she was that X factor in the guards for Oregon State in that first half.
Bolden, Schuler, terrific first halves, as you mentioned. Whitaker carrying the freight for Gonzaga. Our game summary. Again, the storylines are just all over the place.
Yeah, and I think the biggest one is Allie Turner. That last one, only 5 points in the first half, and really didn't have them till late in the half. I mean, she was kind of held scoreless, only had 1 shot attempt in the first quarter. Oregon State doing a nice job of mixing the defense up, making it hard.
Turner has got to score for Gonzaga. Her first bucket of the game, to your point, Jennifer, comes with a little over 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. That's got to change.
Yeah, and they had success running off that on ball, and I would expect coming out of the half, her and Whitaker, they're so good at reading off of each other. I mean, Whitaker can set a big screen, she can pick and pop, she can pick and roll, and that's just going to make things easier for Turner to get shot attempts.
Both teams shooting at a high clip from the floor. Both teams weathering storms and deficits. Gonzaga at one point, a couple of points actually, trailing by 8 and tying things up. And the third quarter is underway at 40 apiece. Here we go.
There's the pick and pop right there by Whitaker. Oregon State back in that junk defense, if you want to call it that, but just doing a good job of going one-on-one with Turner and making somebody else beat them.
Good hands in the passing lane for Oregon State. Ball stays with Gonzaga, 14 on the shot clock. Williamson has been really good defensively for this Oregon State bunch.
Williamson really physical inside, and that's what they need. The physicality of post play of Whitaker is huge.
4 on the shot clock. The runner, not there. Williamson, look at that, throwing the bows too.
Yeah, that's a big board right there. I mean, going strong. She had 2 people right on each side, and one of them's Whitaker. I mean, that's a tough board.
Schuler just shucks the defender and scores. She's got 14.
Well, Jenna Villa did a really nice job in that, recognizing that Schuler there was going to be a cross screen right there, recognizing she had an attempt to the rim.
Williamson already with 6 boards. Look at Schuler in the hands. She picks Turner, doesn't have the numbers. We'll see what Kennedy does. Runner, Villa, 3, bam!
Well, Kennedy Schuler's defense started that right there. You see her ability to disrupt the offensive team of Gonzaga, and then Jenna Villa in transition. That's just a beautiful find.
Great job by Villa to run the floor and find the sweet spot. Kennedy knew where to find her.
She knew where to find her, and she knew the timing. She did not rush that. She let it happen.
Busted play. Ooh, Gonzaga almost turns it over. 8 on the shot clock now for the UConn transfer. Whitaker turns, shoots, scores. Special.
Yeah, that's tough. Whitaker did a nice job of recognizing shot clock winding down, and Betancourt, I mean, she's just smart. She has a high IQ, really good job of just not panicking in that situation.
Whitaker just under her seasonal average of 19. Schuler, I thought she'd put it up after she put the brakes on. Instead, finds Villa, poke checked away. I really like the game of Ines Betancourt.
Yeah. Well, Kennedy Schuler once again just creating the contact. Get out of my way. And then the steal going the other way. She's so good at being in the passing lane. Just that nice job of recognizing, slowing the tempo in transition, and then Jenna Villa, big shot.
And Schimmel, while we were away, hits the 3. 48-42.
Oregon State out of the half, throwing the first punch here. Can Gonzaga respond?
That's a big crowd silencer right there from Smith. She's got her first points of the game.
Short corner jumper. Good looking shot by Smith right there.
Ball knocked off the hands of Williamson. Good hands by the Zags.
Yeah, turnover right there. Villa forced that issue right there. That ball's got to get swung, let the defense shift, and then go inside.
48-44. Oregon State with the lead. Gonzaga led by 3 with about 4:30 left to go in the first quarter. Otherwise, they've been chasing a little bit. Whitaker wants it. She claps her hands and wants it. There's Schuler being pesky. Dumping it. Wide open look. And how about back-to-back buckets for Taylor Smith?
Back-to-back short corner looks by just moving the basketball inside out against that zone.
Finds the seam.
Yep.
That's good execution by Gonzaga. Williamson wanted it with Smith on her. Now she's going to get it, and the foul will blow the play dead. Williamson doing a good job of drawing Smith and the foul.
Well, Smith gets the foul, but the other end, she's done a nice job of just finding that short corner seam that you mentioned. Just kind of slides behind the back of that zone, and nice looking shot by Smith. 4 quick points.
Gardner checking in for Gonzaga. Bolden looking for her first points of the second half. Good hands. How about Smith? Both ends of the floor.
Really
and here
good
comes
hands.
Gonzaga. Whitaker, the pass, and now she'll dive. Blocked from behind. Kennedy Schuler with another rejection.
Whitaker not knowing where the defense was right there. Schuler sneaks in with another block and mishandles it right there and turns it over.
Wow, but Schuler with the quick hands. She's gonna get it back and can't score. Gets her own miss.
I'll tell you what, that's what I'm talking about right there. Kennedy Schuler never quits on a play. You know, that most of the time you turn the ball over, you just start hustling back the other way. She made something happen.
5 on the shot clock. Williamson. Schuler's got to put it up. Back rim and off. Good defense by the Zags. Whitaker with the rebound.
Yes, and that's going to tie a single season freshman record for rebounds. Heather Bowman holds the record right now.
One more.
One more.
And she'll be the all-time top rebounding leader as a freshman. And again, the quick hands by Oregon State. Now we'll see if the Beavers can execute. They're up by a deuce.
I like the fact that Schuler slowed the tempo right there just to settle things down.
There's the kick. 8 on the shot clock right here for Schuler. Bolden was wide open. She wants it. She's going to get it. Bolden tees it up short on that shot. Good board by Gardner. Here comes Gonzaga. A chance to tie or claim the lead. Gardner all the way. Woo. Turner. Gardner, ball fake. Gardner short on that shot. Into the hands of Schuler. No numbers. Let's see what Kennedy does.
Both teams in a little bit of a scoring drought. Beavers haven't had a bucket in 3 minutes.
That changes things, doesn't it?
Answer that, Genevilla. Nice job of
Man.
hitting the 3 on the ball swing.
13 points now for Villa. She leads this club at 16 a pop. Much needed basket for Oregon State.
Gonzaga needs a good offensive set right here. Get Turner involved. Haven't scored a bucket in 2.5 minutes.
Let's see if Whitaker could get a touch. He's been automatic. She wants the mid-range look right here. Schuler disruptive. Again, another steal for Kennedy. Head on a swivel, she'll bring it back. Villa, yes! 16 now for Villa, coming alive, and this crowd is on its feet.
Gonzaga miscue on the defensive end, but Jenna Villa on a 6-0 run by herself, hitting it from the three-point line, feet set, ready to pull the trigger, and then coming off the down screen right here. Williamson, huge screen, great pull.
Woo-hoo. Jenna Villa, by her standards, a little quiet in that first half. Not no mo.
No, she got 16 points in the game and only 7 at halftime. But I'll tell you what, this third quarter, she has come to play. 4 of 5 from the three-point line. She's hitting them in transition, getting her feet set and ready to pull the trigger, and teammates finding the hot hands.
Villa in conference play has gone bananas. She gives you 22 points a game in conference play, including 50% from beyond the arc in WCC play, and putting on another clinic from deep.
Well, you just see the confidence in her play right now. And talking to Coach Ruick ahead of time before the game, and she's just used to the system, used to their terminology. She's comfortable. She's becoming that leader. She was very quiet at the beginning of the season. Right now, she's just growing, expanding her game, and really taking that leadership role to heart.
The transfer from Washington State, Villa, is having an absolute bust out of the chutes career year. 54-46, 3:50 left to go in the third quarter. Betancourt, oh, what a clutch stick for the veteran.
That's a huge response out of the timeout for Betancourt right there, and for Gonzaga. Pull it within 5. All the momentum right now really in Oregon State's favor. Good response.
8 points now for Betancourt, her best WCC game of the season. Turnover, Lindemans gives it away.
Gonzaga's defense way more aggressive out of that timeout.
Once again, both clubs using their benches. Almost a travel by Betancourt.
I think Betancourt needs to step in ready to shoot that basketball, especially the way she's scoring it tonight.
Now 6 on the shot clock for Gonzaga and Betancourt. Well, you better put something up in a hurry if you're Gardner. Williamson, another board for Lizzie. She's got 8 of them. Wow.
Williamson really doing a nice job. And you see, nice job of Betancourt just stepping in, answering the out of timeout right there.
Game. One of them has got to be Jenna Villa, the sharpshooter for Oregon State, the transfer from Washington State, having a career year.
Well, you look at what she did last season at Washington State, just under 6 points a game. Right now, just under 16. She's got 16 tonight. And I'll tell you, talking with Coach Ruick ahead of time, it's about the fit. She had a nice career, had no complaints being at Washington State, but sometimes it's just given a different opportunity, different field, different system, and she has just exploded in conference play.
Oregon State recruiting her when she was a senior in high school as Betancourt picks up that foul. We're talking about Villa, and now she finally comes to Corvallis and flourishing.
Well, sometimes it's just the timing of everything.
Yeah.
Coming out of high school, maybe wouldn't have played the minutes that she is right now with the players that were here already at Oregon State.
That's the big deal.
Yeah,
it's a great point. 4 triples for Villa at this point. Already tying a career high. Turnover going the other way. Gardner inside, quick look, smart play by Lichty, and she scores.
Oregon State forcing it at the other end.
Yep.
Gonzaga did a nice job just pushing off the turnover. Again, high percentage shot. Zags in a zone here out of the timeout.
Gonzaga just not going anywhere, making you pay on that live ball turnover. What a ball and head fake by Schuler.
Kennedy Schuler once again getting to the paint in that mid-range area. So good at pivoting and using her body to score.
Schuler continues to pile up the points. She's got 16. And plucks that rebound out of the air. Look out, she's doubled. And Villa is the safety valve.
Really good of the retreat dribble right there to just buy herself a little bit of time.
Schimmel, you bet!
Schimmel's second 3 of the game right there, and it's all about Schuler setting her teammates up. Wide open look from the 3.
Schuler, 9th game of the year with at least 10 points, 5 boards, and 5 assists. She has been incredibly consistent.
Watch Kennedy Schuler once again get to the paint area, and she's so elite at using her body. Gets the defense just to bite on it, and then just comes back to the other side. And the vision, getting Schimmel a shot in the baseline corner, and that's her bread and butter. She loves that corner 3.
Williamson picks up that foul, by the way. Lizzie will have a seat. Her first, team's first. nobody from either team has ever fouled out in this season. These two teams do not commit a lot of fouls. They just play hard and play smart.
Yeah.
Long ball. Gardner can't get it home. Nice job by Lichty. She's been really good off the bench.
Gonzaga's bench has been good tonight, and they've had to come in and contribute. Whitaker a little bit slow start to the third quarter, and there's a big answer right there.
20 points now for the great Lauren Whitaker. Her 11th 20-point game of the season. Her career high is 29.
Well, I think if you're Gonzaga, you just got to keep going to the well and give her the ball.
Feed the beast.
Yep.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter. Schimmel dumps it inside to So, and she'll go to the line for an and one. Using that 6'8" frame, Jennifer.
Gonzaga's defense right now, a little bit out of sorts, not communicating on that back line. Watch the feed inside. So does a nice job. Defense kind of goes to the three-point line, and then she just turns and seals and scores.
Gardner picks up her third at 5'10". Didn't have a chance against the 6'8" So. 35% free throw shooter, almost coaxed it home. So Gardner will take a seat. Alcuso slips it inside. Almost a travel. Looked like she lifted the pivot foot, Lichty, but will play on.
Lichty needs to shoot that ball. That's a free throw line jumper.
You don't have to ask Whitaker twice.
No.
Great save inside by Lichty. Whitaker, oh baby, she slaps her hands.
Good hustle play right there.
Whitaker with the bucket. And we'll talk about that new freshman rebounding record for Whitaker after this play by Schuler. Schuler all the way in, can't get it home. So Lauren Whitaker sitting on 23 points, and now with 8 rebounds. That's a new school freshman season record for Karems. Look out. Fourth quarter on the way. As good as advertised, Lauren Whitaker, the redshirt freshman from Gonzaga, putting on a show.
Well, you look at her numbers, and she just impacts the game in so many different areas, but a threat every time she touches it. And I feel like she's done a nice job of, if Oregon State takes something away, she's finding another way to score. And the Zags are really going to need her to step up in this fourth quarter and look to score.
Looking for yet another double-double. She's the leading freshman in the country for double-doubles coming off the hands of a yearling, and she's looking at that as the fourth quarter is underway. Bolden has been a little quiet in the second half, Jennifer.
She only had one shot attempt in that third quarter, and if you're Oregon State, that three-headed monster that we talked about, she's got to get going in this fourth.
That's really good defense by Betancourt. What a game she's had.
Really done a nice job, number one. She's a tough assignment with Schuler, but scoring 8 points and just doing a nice job of running the show for Gonzaga.
Whitaker, ball on the deck. Now slips into the seam of the zone. Runner looked like she might have been over the back, Whitaker, but instead the ball belongs to Bolden and company, and Williamson looks like she got hit in the face.
Pretty good look though for Gonzaga. They spread the floor, went 5 out in the beginning, and then 4 out, 1 in, and put Whitaker inside the paint.
And she was wide open. Bolden not able to knock it down. Schimmel from behind trying to keep the ball loose, but Gonzaga controls, and they'll set it up in the half court.
Good look for Bolden off the flare screen. Good execution.
Turner with only 5 points. Unbelievable, and Whitaker will go to the line.
Whitaker's doing a really nice job of finding the mid-range area versus the zone. Moving without the basketball right there, finding herself a chance to score once again.
Williamson picks up her second. Boy, she has really battled Whitaker. Teams first, out of bounds, Gonzaga. Schimmel goes for the steal. Instead, Alcuso takes advantage and hits the runner.
Alcuso's got the ability to put it on the deck and make something happen. Right there, that's her second field of the game. And she's got to look to do that a little bit more often, especially if Turner's being taken out, is not allowing shots.
6 points now for the transfer from St. Mary's. The lead is 3 for Oregon State. Williamson Kind of a wild shot, corrals her own miss, throws the bow. Schuler, left hand off the glass, not there, tipping into the hands of Gonzaga, and here comes Betancourt.
Gonzaga pushing tempo right there. Want to go a little bit faster.
Good hands. Whitaker doesn't panic. Lichty, they give her that shot. Wow, and Lichty buries it. She's got 7 points.
Big shot right there to tie the basketball game.
Yes.
Good ball fake. Gonzaga does a really good job of ball faking when they catch the basketball.
Lichty's had a season high 9 points against San Diego. She's got 7 tonight. Again, the bench coming through for Gonzaga. Schuler got pounded, hops right up, she'll go to the line, and Lichty got her.
Well, back-to-back buckets for the Zags. Doing a nice job. Akuso making something happen. One dribble pull-up, mid-range jumper right there, and then Lichty, three-point line. You see the ball fake, gets Schuler up in the air, and Schuler's done such a good job of disrupting, but knocks it down.
In that victory over San Diego, Gonzaga had 49 bench points. Now, they're not going to get that tonight, but they're still contributing, are the reserves for Gonzaga. Lichty, one of them.
They got 15 bench points so far in this game, and you look at all the weapons that they have, and that's the key right there, moving forward, your depth, being healthy. And this is a group that continues to come in and contribute.
1 of 2 for Schuler. 62-61 Oregon State, 7:20 left to go in this third quarter. Look at another pick. Schuler ties her career high with 7 picks in a game. Look at Williamson out hustling everybody. Ball stays with Oregon State.
Williamson has been so good. She's got 9 rebounds in this game. And not only is she just rebounding the ball, she's got to push, she's got to defend, and she's doing a nice job of making things happen. Physicality.
Schuler double team. That could be a pick. Nope, there's Schimmel. She's got to put it up. Schimmel buries it!
That is a huge stick right there. She barely got off the ground on that shot, recognizing, number one, that the shot clock was winding down, and that is a big 3.
11 points now for Schimmel. This crowd is up. She's got 3 triples. What a stick for Schimmel. Okuso hesitates. Oh, she's been tough. She's been tough.
So smooth with the basketball. You see her ability once again to create. Quiets the crowd big time, pulling them within 2. Okuso's being really smart, taking what the defense is giving her.
Lead pass into Williamson and the score. Really nice job by Schimmel to find the big mitt.
Yeah, Coach Rook's gonna call a timeout right here. I think he can see a little bit of fatigue playing a factor. Smart just to get them back on track, give them a little bit of an extra rest.
Schimmel with the 6 points, a season high. 10 points, that's Williamson, I should say.
Well, Schimmel's done such a nice job at sealing the turn and go, at recognizing with the shot clock winding down, Schimmel with the big 3.
And there's Z with the answer. What a game! 5:59 left to go in the fourth quarter. Oregon State leading Gonzaga by a bit here at Gill Coliseum. Let's get into that Oregon State huddle. What becomes critical for the Beavers right now?
Well, I think they continue to do what they've been doing. They've been really good on both sides of the basketball. I think it starts with their defense. They've done a really good job of taking Allie Turner out. Other people are stepping up for Gonzaga, but you've got to continue. Lauren Whitaker's going to get her points. They've got to do it one shot and done if you're Oregon State, and then go the other way, and then continue to get people involved. They've got 4 people in double figures right now. Williamson has been really good on the board. She's got 10 and 6 in this game. If you're Gonzaga, you got to be smart. I think you want to push tempo a little bit and get Whitaker the basketball as often as possible.
At some point, you got to think that Turner's going to catch fire. She's only got the 5 points, but Whitaker has been unstoppable. Front rimming off on the 3-point shot into the hands of Bolden, and here's Schuler. 5:40 left to go in this fourth quarter.
The thing about Gonzaga, if they're going to take Turner out of the game, somebody else has to step up and knock down a shot.
Slipping it inside. Schuler with another dime, and so scores.
Pick and roll to a T right there. Schuler, nice job, good feed.
Schuler with 8 assists now, make it 9, and only 2 turnovers to go along with all those points and 7 steals. What a game for Schuler.
Kennedy Schuler's been all over the place.
My goodness. 7 on the shot clock. Okuso, runner, not there, fighting for it, and scoring inside. The freshman Hale.
Hale, tough board right there, just ripped it out of the hands of the defender right there and scores. That's a big bucket.
Offensive rebound and putback for Gonzaga. That was huge.
Both coaches talked about the rebounding category, and it's two difference between the two of them right now.
Jump ball. So and Whitaker, and the possession arrow belongs to Gonzaga.
Watch the pick and roll right here. Kennedy Schuler, good read. Defense has to step up. Rotation is late and a finish. And then Hale, nice job of attacking the offensive glass, just rips it away. Easy putback.
And again, the bench for Gonzaga coming up with another big play. They've got the ball, they're down by 4. 4:30 left to go in this fourth quarter. Seems like every time these clubs meet, it is special and close. Good defense by Schuler. Okuso stays with it, and Z gets the kind roll. Okuso has been fantastic. She's got 10.
Tough shot over So right there. 6'8". Beautiful job of staying with the play. Bolden.
Short on that 3. A chance for Gonzaga to tie or take the lead. It's been a while since they've had that cushion. Whitaker flicks it.
Well, you saw Whitaker right there with the rim run.
Offensive rebound, Gardner. Oh, this game. Oh, the drama. Whitaker all by herself. Another rejection for Schuler.
That's the second time in the half where Kennedy Schuler has come from behind with the block.
3 blocks now for Schuler, tying a career high.
Okuso just making things happen. The shot, you know, Kennedy Schuler gets her hand on that. She stays with her.
10 on the shot clock. Inbounding Gonzaga. Can Turner get going, or will it be Whitaker? Gardner shuffled the feet, but keeps that ball alive. Runner can't get it home. Into the hands of Gardner. Another chance for Gonzaga until Lizzie Williamson with the quick hands.
Williamson smart right there, attacking the glass.
Missed opportunities for Gonzaga, and they had a bunch of them in that last flurry.
Beavers need to execute. They haven't had a bucket in over 2 minutes.
Bolden puts the brakes on. Schimmel, high off the glass on the baseline drive.
Yeah, defensive closeout, not good right there on the baseline penetration, and Schimmel takes advantage of it and gives the Beavers a 4-point lead.
13 now for Schimmel, 2 off of her career high. What a big basket for the former walk-on. The crowd is up. Another steal nearly for Schuler.
Watch Kennedy Schuler. Ball gets swung, closeout is late, and she takes advantage and gets right to the cup. Beautiful take. And they're gonna go ahead and review this.
Okay. My goodness, I'm glad. I need a minute. I need a moment.
Tough angle. I mean, they're going to be able to see many different angles on the DB Sport read right there, but Schuler has been all over the place.
Her line is absolutely incredible for Schuler.
Yeah, she's got 17 points, 5 rebounds, 9 assists, couple blocks. I mean, she's just been all over the place, and if she's not getting a hand on something, she's double teaming, she's anticipating defensively, just so quick at reacting to what's happening on the floor. And then you take what she's doing at the offensive end. I mean, just a complete game.
So Schuler thought that the ball went off of a Gonzaga player.
Let's take a look. Ball goes inside. Oh, that looks like it goes off the foot of the Gonzaga player, and it's Whitaker right here. See the foot?
Yeah, little kick save.
Yep. And it's whether or not it touches. This angle's really hard to see whether it touches a hand after the kick.
I don't know if you get a better line for Schuler in this game. You talked about the points. She's got the 17 points, 5 boards, 9 assists, only a couple of turnovers, 7 steals, 3 blocks. You cannot make that up.
No, I mean,
That's crazy.
It's, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Just a complete game in all areas. And she's the point guard. I mean, you don't see lines like that out of point guards.
This is going to be a big judicial call.
This is a big call.
Yep.
I mean, if the ball stays with the call, Gonzaga gets it out of bounds, down 4, 13 seconds on the clock.
Last year, these teams met 3 times, all games decided by 4 points or less. We are eyeballing a similar kind of finish.
Yeah, it's what we anticipated. And Oregon State is going to get the basketball. They went back to the review, and it did go off of Whitaker's foot.
Good catch on that one, partner, and that's huge. Now you attack if you're Oregon State.
Gonzaga is going to bring a little bit of heat here. 1-2-2. I would anticipate them being a little bit more aggressive, trying to trap the sidelines, make something happen, turn Oregon State over.
Jennifer mentioned 4 in double figures for Oregon State. Oh boy, here comes the heat. Good job by Schuler to find Bolden. She can be patient. Into the hands of Kennedy. 18 on the shot clock. 2:25 left to go in the 4th quarter. It's a 4-point Oregon State lead. First place on the line in the WCC. Villa jab step. Villa, she will go to the free throw line.
Really good job of sweep and go from the high post area by Jenna Villa, just taking her time, reading the defense. Watch as she's patient. It's just a rip and go right here. Draws the contact, gets herself to the line. That's a veteran play right there.
First free throws of the game for Villa. She's a 90% free throw shooter. Hits the first. 72-67, every point crucial. Rare miss for Villa, 72-67. 2:10 left to go in this 4th quarter. Whitaker. And one! Lauren Whitaker takes the contact, she'll go to the line. Williamson got her.
Whitaker, oh my gosh, such a good job of getting so deep in the paint. Entry pass goes in, watch, using her body. Restricted circle, draws the contact, keeps it high away from the defense, and finishes. So impressed with her ability to use her body.
She's 4 for 4 from the charity stripe. 3-point play completed. 26 points now for Whitaker. Her career high is 29. 72-70. Ooh, this is tough for Schuler. Did a good job of putting that ball on the floor to get away from the heat.
Split the defense right there.
What a possession. Offense and defense, it's a big one. There's the flip to Villa. Schuler. Great hands. Betancourt has been so tough. Schuler, my goodness, what a play by Kennedy Schuler! A new career high in steals, but Bolden throws it away. My goodness.
Wow.
Buck 20 left to go in regulation. Gonzaga looking to tie or take the lead. You gotta get that ball to Whitaker if you're Gonzaga, don't you?
There it is.
What a pass. Look at Williamson playing the D.
Wow, good job by Williamson of getting a block opportunity right there. It's gonna stay with Gonzaga with 11 on the clock. Watch the ball go inside. Once again, we talk about getting the ball to Whitaker. Post-to-post pass on the double team, and just a smart defensive play by being handsy by Williamson.
Officials letting him play on that one.
Yep.
11 seconds on this shot clock. Williamson guarding the inbounds pass. 7 on the shot clock. Gardner wide open. Great job by everybody wearing blue to chase down that miss. Under a minute to go. The lead is a deuce for Oregon State. There's the hands by Schuler. Schuler,
This might be an intentional foul.
You bet. Gardner grabbed her from behind. That's 4 on her, but a clear path all the way. Ruick
Yeah, they're going to take a look. They're going to take a look at this. So she got 2 hands on her in transition. Shot goes up, or excuse me, the defense right there by Schuler. Watch the 2 hands trying to grab. And I think they'll call this an intentional foul. Take a look at this.
10th steal of the game for Schuler. She's got another double-double.
Well, I'll tell you, talk about a big-time play right there defensively by Kennedy Schuler. Take another look at it. On the pass, Betancourt trying to go back to Gardner with the 3-point line, and
You got it.
yeah, she's got 2 hands on the back right there. This should be an easy call for the officials.
All right, Schuler, 17 points, 9 assists, 10 steals. The last Oregon State triple-double, the great Sydney Weiss in December of 2016. And Kennedy Schuler is 1 assist away from a magical triple-double.
Knocking on the door right there, and I'll tell you, she's done a little bit of everything. Obviously, you look at her line, but it's the impact on both ends of the floor, running the show, and you see how she has grown over the last season of when to go, when not to go, and just doing a really good job.
Now, she hasn't done a little bit, she's done a lot of bit. She's done a lot of bit in every category, and this game's still definitely in the balance. So reviewing on the Gardner foul, Jennifer, what do you have?
Well, they are going to call an intentional foul right here, and that's the right call. So they're going to get 2 shots and the basketball.
So Schuler will go to the free throw line if I'm not mistaken. She's 5 for 7 from the charity stripe. And Schuler in select company with the 10 swipes. The last time in Oregon State, it'll be Villa. Last time an Oregon State player had 10 steals was back in '83 when Jennifer was 5 years old.
I wish.
That is an unbelievable stat.
Yeah.
Jeff is the greatest stat man on the face of this earth and digs stuff up that makes us look good. Big stick. It's still a 1-possession lead, though.
This is a bigger free throw right here.
I got you.
It's a 2-possession game.
But a ton of time.
Yep.
Lord, a ton of time. Gets them both, does Villa.
Well, and Oregon State's going to retain the basketball.
Yes, that's what's critical right now. And Villa with another 20-point game. She's got 6 20-point games, and those tosses were huge.
Yeah, and this is, Bulldogs only have, this is their 4th team foul, so that's a smart foul.
You want the ball in the hands of Schuler, but keep in mind going into this game is not a great free throw shooter.
But she's 5 of 7.
There you
She's
go.
having a heck of a game.
Yep.
Playing with a lot of confidence.
My money's on her if she has to go to the stripe. Villa, smart to keep that ball alive. Look out for the turnover. Bolden. She's going to give it up to Villa. And you got to create that turnover for your Turner.
Well, and super smart of Oregon State keeping the ball in Villa's hands as much as possible, because of the putting her to the free throw line is almost an instant stroke.
You look at Gonzaga with the 26 points from Whitaker, only 5 points from the great Allie Turner. Never saw that coming. Villa, short, rims out.
Well, Oregon's defensive game plan coming in, taking away Turner. They did a really good job. I mean, Whitaker's going to get her points. Got to make somebody else beat. Akuso did a nice job of stepping up.
1 of 2. 75-70, still a ton of time left as Gonzaga wants to talk about it.
Yeah, they'll advance the basketball with the timeout.
Kennedy Schuler, so clutch last year, game after game with last-second thrillers, and Gonzaga felt that hurt in the semifinals.
Yeah, semifinal game winner at the buzzer right here. Again, it's the Kennedy Schuler show by creating off the bounce with the contact and score to put them into the finals.
And again, the numbers for Schuler tonight: 17 points, 9 assists, 10 steals,
3 blocks.
3 blocks, and the possession arrow is critical here, Jennifer. It favors Oregon State. Timeouts aplenty for both teams.
Gonzaga's got to go quick here.
Wheeling and dealing is Hale. Into the double team! Just missing an and one, but Whitaker will go to the line.
Whitaker had everybody in the kitchen sink coming at her right there on the spin move. Gonzaga did a nice job of getting the ball to her. Nice job coming back to the middle. I mean, she's got 3 people surrounding her. Almost gets an and one opportunity.
Boy, she sure did. She'll get a couple of tosses here. She's 5 for 5 from the charity stripe. As Williamson, who has, I think, had her best game as a Beaver, checks back in.
I agree 100%.
Here's Whitaker, an 83% free throw shooter, perfect from the charity stripe. Stays perfect, 6 for 6. Oh man, what a game for Whitaker. 27 points, 2 off of her career high. Rims out, Villa able to find Bolden. Whistle blows and Ruick was looking for the timeout, barking at Kenneth Nash, and a smart timeout for Ruick. Bolden was in trouble.
Yeah, and the fact Jenna Villa did a nice job of getting rid of that basketball on the rebound right there, as she would have probably traveled if she would have come down with it.
Okay, so it's 75-71. Oregon State with the lead. They've only committed 3 team fouls, so that's in their favor if they want to disrupt stuff next time Gonzaga has the ball.
Definitely. And Gonzaga's got a number one. You're in full denial trying to steal right here. If you don't get anything, immediate foul and putting somebody at the line. You know, we talk numbers, and if you can get Schuler at the line just with the history, you know, that's the best scenario for them.
I don't know, a handful of times Oregon State has had 8-point leads, and time again, Gonzaga has come back. As Osorobo checks in for Gonzaga, the defensive specialist. Boy, this inbounds play ain't gonna be easy, Jennifer. Ruick out on the floor.
Yeah, I don't understand either, to be honest with you.
Schimmel inbounding, there's Villa. Boy, and that's exactly what you want if you're Oregon State.
Absolutely.
With Jenna returning to the charity stripe.
Yeah, that's who you want at the free throw line. I just don't understand why they didn't advance the ball. And Coach Ruick not happy once again with the officials with the fact that he called a timeout on the rebound and they did not put it in the front court.
And that's what he's barking about. Two shots for Villa. True on the first one. 5 for 7 from the charity stripe. Again, Villa, one of many in double figures, another 20-point game for Jenna. She gets them both huge.
She had a great second half. Only 7 points at halftime has come out. And really the beginning of that third quarter kind of threw the punch.
So the game reset is really critical at this point with this game still in the balance. Ton of time left. Jennifer, you coached at the highest level. You can do a lot in 25.2.
You really can, but if you're Gonzaga, you've got to go quick here. You don't necessarily need a 3, but it's close. You got to get somebody quickly to come off that on ball. Really, I mean, Turner has not been a factor in getting an opportunity to shoot the 3, so it's got to be somebody else.
So Whitaker with 27 points and 12 rebounds, her 11th double-double of the season. Really carrying the freight. I think Alcuso has been really good, and Betancourt has been solid as well. The bench contributing for Gonzaga. Other side of the ledger, 4 in double figures for Oregon State.
And the balance of Oregon State's scoring tonight has been the story. I mean, we talked about the 3-headed monster with those guards, but I'll tell you, Schimmel with 13 points, and I really think Williamson was a difference maker tonight. 10 boards, 6 points, and just really did a nice job in the paint area and being very physical.
She did not back down to the great Lauren Whitaker. She seemed to relish the challenge, and Williamson has been great. All right, here we go. You got to strike quickly if you're Gonzaga. Here's how Kuso wanting to drive that baseline. Now Whitaker, Schuler's on her, chucks up the three. Whitaker follows and scores. 29 points, that ties a career high. Busted play works in the favor of Gonzaga.
Well, they almost didn't get the timeout again. I mean, Coach Ruick is over there jumping on the sideline trying to get the timeout call right there off the make. And that's a major difference. You want to advance the basketball, so if there's any type of issue, it's not an easy opportunity for Gonzaga to go in and score.
Oregon State did everything on that last possession to force a bad shot. That's exactly what happened, but Whitaker follows her own miss and mops up with her 28th and 29th points.
Yeah, I mean, good follow, and really, I mean, you're absolutely right. Kind of forced three right there, but gets a chance as Schuler fell to the ground. Opportunity to score, Oregon State smart not to foul her on that layup attempt.
There's a great look at Whitaker, and we saw Schuler. The stars have come out. The storylines have been plentiful. This has been such a special regular season game. Here's Villa, just waits for Gardner to come and get her. That'll be 5 on Gardner, had to foul her.
Yep.
And Villa to the line again.
Bunch of substitutions coming in for Gonzaga right now.
Villa was 8 for 9 from the charity stripe in the victory against Pepperdine. That's her 9th free throw opportunity, misses that one. It's rare when you see Villa miss more than one free throw in a game. 2 on occasion, 3, you never see it. She gets 1 of 2. All right, under 13 to go, and if you're Gonzaga, let's go into their huddle, Gonzaga. And what are you talking about now?
Well, you absolutely need a quick three. I mean, number one, get somebody coming off screen. Watch for Allie Turner to kind of just take her defense away, because she's not going to get the basketball at this point. Oregon State has taken her out of the game. Somebody else is not going to step up and hit a three. I mean, Whitaker obviously can shoot the three. They've got three-point specialists in there right now with the substitution, so it's got to be a quick three, and then you got to foul.
Schuler with history, making history. Whitaker making history. No freshman has rebounded more basketballs in their first season than Whitaker, and she just keeps piling up the numbers to become an obvious candidate for WCC Freshman of the Year and Player of the Year.
I really think that she's got a great chance at both. I mean, you look at her production, obviously, and she's a difference maker for Gonzaga right now. And there's nobody putting up the type of numbers that she's putting up night in and night out. I mean, she's shooting 57% from the field, and it's really all of her work that she does before she catches the basketball. Really, really impressed with how she uses her body.
And pound for pound, as far as I'm concerned, nobody better than Schuler.
Yeah, I agree.
4,200, the announced attendance here at Gill, and they're up right now. Final seconds. Whitaker guarded by Schuler, and one! Oh, we are not finished yet. Whitaker, sensing the smaller Schuler, goes right to the cup.
Super smart at going right at the defense, and if you're Oregon State, that's not what you want. You don't want to foul and have that clock stop.
4 fouls now on Schuler, and Gonzaga realizes right away that Schuler giving up a ton of length, and Whitaker can complete the three-point play.
This is where you got to execute. Oregon State has 1 timeout left.
A career-high 31 points for Whitaker. Can she make it 32? You bet she can. Wow.
Oregon State's going to call their last timeout. I mean, it's a 2-point ball game right here. Number one, you got to get the ball in if you're Oregon State. You know that Gonzaga is going to come looking to get a quick steal, go the other way. They are out of timeouts after this. Both squads are done. But it's all about getting that ball in and securing it, being strong, and then taking the foul.
And if you're Oregon State, despite the fact that Villa with a rare three-point miss scenario from the charity stripe, you still want her on the line.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Wow. How about Whitaker? They had to have that bucket, and she provides.
Yeah, I mean, you got to get a three-point play one way or the other, and that's where, you know, she just read the defense, had Schuler on her back, and went to town.
A career-high 32 points for Whitaker. She's got the 13 boards for another double-double, but, I mean, with Turner having an off night, Whitaker had to be spectacular. She's been just that.
She has, and the bench has been good. We talked about the fact they have 17 bench points coming in, and that's what they're going to need. I thought Betancourt was good. She was quiet at times, but she's got a nice-looking shot from the three, just not looking to take it as often as I think maybe she should.
You mentioned the fact that Oregon State's got that one timeout. That is huge. If they're having any difficulty,
they're both out.
They're both out. You're right.
That was the last
That was the last one. Thank you, buddy. All right, so this is really critical for Schimmel.
You have to get the basketball in.
Bolden flashed, and there's Villa. Really smart by Schimmel to let the play kind of play out to find Villa.
Absolutely, and that's where, you know who you want to get the ball, hands on the ball immediately. And, you know, Schimmel is a young player. That's just smart. I mean, she's smart. She's taking the ball out of bounds, just being patient, having poise.
Just a sophomore. That's a lot of responsibility taking that ball out. All right, here's Villa, 7 for 10. Looks short, is short. Wow. Because 2 there would have iced it.
Yep.
And now you've got action, even if she makes one, with a ton of time if you're Gonzaga, to put it into overtime. That looks short, is true. Okay, 79-76, and Gonzaga just got a bit of a break.
Well, number one, if you are Oregon State, you do not want to foul and keep the ball in front.
Ooh, Schuler almost picked up that 5th foul. Long ball to tie it in, it's true! Paige loafing, are you kidding me?
That
wow.
was incredible. Whitaker finds her. They're checking the clock right here to make sure.
Her first field goal of the game, and it's a tying triple.
Watch the inbounds. This is something they practice all the time. Last second situation. Whitaker's such a good passer, and that is well behind the three-point line. That is a tough, big shot.
The freshman from Billings, Montana, has played 20 seconds in this game, maybe 10, maybe 5, I don't know. It's under a minute, and her one shot of the game comes right there, and it's a tying triple.
Well, they're gonna put 3.9 on the clock.
Oh my goodness. I'm not putting this on Villa, but when she only was able to make 1 of 2, it changed everything for Oregon State.
100%.
And sure enough, Gonzaga ties things up with the miracle triple from the freshman. Paige loafing, first and only points of the game.
Well, biggest thing here for Gonzaga is you do not want to foul.
Turnover, we're going to overtime. Wow, what a job by Gonzaga to stay alive, to not say die, and to send this thing into an extra period.
They played the foul game right there at the end, and it paid off if you were the Zags. I mean, made big plays and nothing bigger than loafing, hitting that 3-point to tie it up.
Paige loafing comes into this contest where most of her, 90% of her field goals are triples, but you come off the bench and do that?
Sitting for 39 minutes. I mean, take another look at this inbounds.
Paige loafing, way to introduce yourself.
Right? And it's Whitaker. I mean, Whitaker comes back to get the basketball and just fires it to her. Good vision, and boom, I mean, just knocks it down.
the little smile, and that's an NBA three. She steps into it, and the bench goes bananas.
Well, this is a team that could really shoot the three, leading the country at 41% from the three-point line. And they've got multiple people, 7 players shooting over 40% from the three-point line.
And I'll tell you, Loafing is one of them.
Yeah.
Shooting 44% from beyond the arc. Doesn't shoot a ton of them, but when she does, all right, overtime. That's just a great shot. Yeah, youngin', well done. Both teams have played in an overtime contest. Both teams 0-1 in overtime this year. Double overtime victory for Gonzaga. So actually they did win their overtime game against LMU.
Gonzaga's going to start this overtime period in a zone. Oh, in and out.
Yeah,
in and out by Schimmel's three.
Basket didn't want it. My goodness. Oh, how about Gonzaga just refusing to die? Whitaker carrying, and then loafing. Know her name. Alcuso. She'll go to the line. And that might be Schuler's.
Yeah.
Oh, that's number 5.
That is a tough
Oh, man. Oh, baby.
Alcuso smart right there. Just taking it once again to the rim, creating off the bounce.
So Schuler fouls out with 17 points, 5 boards, 9 assists, and 10 steals. Don't forget the 3 blocks. But her on the sideline changes everything.
Yep.
Alcuso misses the first one. Caitlin Field, the freshman, comes in for Schuler. Kennedy's got to be dying over there. 80-79. It has been a long time since Gonzaga has led in this ball game, if I'm not mistaken. Can Bolden get hot again?
This is where Bolden needs to step up.
Bolden, triple. She thought it was good. I did too. Betancourt, big board. Look at Villa. Did she knock it off of Alcuso? No, she did not. Good hands by Jenna.
Gonzaga just struggling on the reversal pass up top. Oregon State has had their hands on it multiple times.
This is the first lead, I believe, for Gonzaga since halfway through the first quarter. Many times they've trailed by 8, and they just kept counterpunching. Could Allie Turner finally find some magic, or is it going to be Whitaker? There's that big high pick. Schimmel fights through. Turner keeps that ball alive. Turnover. Villa has Alcuso to beat. Villa, wow. Both teams, or excuse me, both players go flying, and Villa got hammered.
Yeah, that was a hard foul. You could see Alcuso kind of just waiting to see what she was going to do. Turner trying to make something happen, thread the needle. Villa goes the other way on the steal, but she got hit hard on this take to the rim.
Alcuso with her third. Yeah, Villa was slow to get up. And here's Jenna Villa, 8 for 12 from the charity stripe. Season high in free throw attempts. She's missed a couple of critical ones in the fourth quarter. True with that one. Came into the contest, Jennifer, a 90% free throw shooter.
Yeah, very uncharacteristic.
Yes. Gets them both. 81-80 OSU, 3:45 left. The great Kennedy Schuler fouling out early in this overtime period. Over 4,200 yelling for some defense. Williamson pokes it away from Whitaker. Lizzie with a game.
There's the duck-in once again, and just poke-checked away. Oregon State with a big defensive play. Even more important offensive possession right here.
High pick from Williamson, roll not there. Villa wanted to go high-low, angle wasn't there. Bolden with the jab step, ball on the deck. Great job by Whitaker on the block, 4 on the shot clock. Field has to throw up the three. That's way short.
That's good defense by Gonzaga right there.
Field had Villa open. Field could have made one more pass to Villa for a wide open three, but you can't blame the freshman.
Yeah, I mean, there was 2 on the clock. That would have been a tough shot, especially if the pass isn't just perfect.
Good defense in the half court by Gonzaga. It's 81-80, Oregon State under 3 to go in the overtime period. Alcuso, ball on the deck, has a little room, elevates, back rim and off. Ball belongs to, oh, and there the whistle is the foul. I thought they were gonna try to determine who the foul was, or the ball was off of. Instead, Bolden picks up the foul.
Wow.
Yep.
Watch here. Shot goes up, good mid-range pull-up by Alcuso. That's kind of 50-50 ball right there.
Bolden and
maybe a bit of
Lichty.
a hip check.
And we thought, okay, who's the ball going to belong to? Instead, it's free throws for Gonzaga. And Lichty rims out the first one. Her first free throws of the night. She comes into this game only 1 for 2 from the charity stripe. Hits 1 of 2, so we're tied.
1-2-2, three-quarter court once again by GU.
Who's going to score from the floor for Oregon State? Schuler fouling out early in the overtime period. First place up for grabs in the WCC.
They're going to get Alcuso with a pull on the jersey, and that's her 4th foul. Silly foul right there. Look on the swing right here. Just kind of grabs the jersey.
Field is a perfect 7 for 7 on the season from the charity stripe. Her first free throw of the game is true. The freshman from Australia will get 1 more. Got them both. Clutch. Wow.
Clutch is right. Those are big free throws.
Field coming in for Schuler, who fouls out. Look at Williamson, and they're going to get her with the wraparound grab. Williamson with the foul. She's got 4 more free throws for Whitaker.
Watch Whitaker get deep underneath. Williamson behind her, tries to release. And I think they're calling that right forearm. Too much contact. And Whitaker misses the first free throw.
A rare miss for Whitaker. Gets 1 of 2. She now has a career high 33 points. Just keeps adding to that total. That was Whitaker's first miss from the free throw line. She splits a pair. The lead is a singleton. Look out! Bolden's got to be careful. Picks up that dribble. She's going to get it right back.
Look for Villa.
Bolden. Big hoop for Bolden. She got the defender to run by.
Oregon State did a nice job of clearing the lane out, pulling everybody up high. And then Bolden just creates once again off the bounce.
Whitaker, you know she's not stopping. Almost turns it over. They're going to let play continue. Betancourt. Whitaker, the 3. And Bolden loses it. Quick hands, you love it by Lichty. But 25 left. Gonzaga again will not go away. It looked like Bolden had a clear rebound, but she lost it.
Gonzaga aggressive on the boards.
And Williamson, late whistle, has fouled out.
That was a late whistle right there. Same kind of call as the previous possession.
So I would imagine has got to come in. Williamson with a heck of a game with the 6 points and 10 boards, but she fouls out on the late call.
Take a look on the ball swing right here. Once again, coming over the top. Anytime you're going to go through the offensive player right there, officials are going to call that.
And again, Whitaker 7 for 8 from the charity stripe. can add to her career total take. She's sitting on 32 points and 13 rebounds. 33 points, my bad. Whitaker, 9 for 11 in the free throw department. She has been unbelievable. Gets them both. The lead is 1 for Oregon State. $1:10 left to go. Bolden's got to keep that ball alive, and she finds Schimmel. And there's another late whistle, this time on Whitaker. Remember, Whitaker picked up a foul in the first quarter. That is only her second foul.
Yeah, she's done a nice job just playing a clean game, especially with how physical she is in all facets of the game.
You know, Schuler fouling out. It's the first time all season an Oregon State player has fouled out. Williamson fouls out. I mean, you just don't see that from an Oregon State.
They play position defense and they do not foul.
Ooh, big miss for Schimmel, her first free throw of the night. Schimmel doesn't shoot many free throws, that three-point specialist. Misses them both. Look at Villa. All right, so Price.
I think Coach Rook's going to get a timeout. So
wow.
They're going to keep the ball. That's huge.
Oh, my goodness. So 2 misses by Schimmel, and somehow, some way, Villa sneaks in and grabs the miss. Ruick calls the timeout. Oregon State with the lead in the ball. Can't believe 3 players have fouled out in this game. You don't see that for either one of these teams, but the other numbers for Schuler, Whitaker, and then of course, Paige loafing with the shot of her life.
Yeah, I mean, she comes in barely even a minute in the game and hits the game-tying three-point shot with 3.9 to put us in the situation that we're in right now. But I'll tell you, Lauren Whitaker's performance, 35 points, 13 rebounds. She's just been unstoppable inside for Gonzaga.
Over 4,200 in attendance. This game has been an absolute classic. First place on the line. Inbounding, so in the game. Here's Bolden with a minute left to go, 14 on the shot clock. Oregon State with the ball with the lead. Foul is called against Lichty, and Villa one more time will go to the free throw stripe. She's 10 of 14 at the time. It's been a while since she's hit both attempts. Remember Schuler fouling out early in this overtime period.
She's been short on a few,
yep,
right
she
there,
has.
just barely getting it over the front of the rim.
The lead is a deuce. There she's short again. 86-84, under a minute to go. Oregon State with the lead. Loafing. And now Turner, who is so due, but you gotta find Whitaker. Puts the ball on the deck. There's the skip pass. 6 on the shot clock. Loafing, and Whitaker likes the 3. Back rim and off. Rebound.
Akuso is going to get herself to the line just by being super aggressive to the offensive glass right there. Really good look for Whitaker at the three-point line, which would have put them up 1.
So picks up her 3rd foul, and Oregon State got the miss that they wanted with Whitaker shooting the 3, so she's out of rebound range, and yet it's the hustle play by Akuso and company to give Gonzaga life.
Akuso just 3 of 5 from the line.
Well, that one looked good, was good.
Yep.
Next one to tie things up with just a smidge under 25 seconds.
Oregon State does not have a timeout.
Let's see on the rebound if she misses. That's short. Jump ball, possession arrow favors Gonzaga.
Wow.
Wow is right. Oh my gosh. So now a chance for Gonzaga to grab the outright lead.
Here's the miss on the free throw. And Akuso getting herself to the line.
Missing was Akuso. Turner with the foul.
Big free throws right here. Obviously one possession game regardless.
Yeah.
Makes or misses here with a lot of time left in the ball game. And Gonzaga does have one timeout left.
Schimmel 0 for 2. One of the few things that Oregon State hasn't done well tonight, and that is shoot free throws.
Yeah, 65% from the line.
Got them both.
And Gonzaga's going to use their last timeout, down 3. They were in this situation just a few minutes ago, and I'll tell you, it's execution. And if you're Oregon State, you do not want to give up a 3 and you don't want to foul.
And if you're Gonzaga, are you getting that ball into Whitaker and inviting a foul?
Maybe, yeah, I mean, absolutely. If the ball goes in her, number one, she can shoot the 3. If it goes inside, she's a really good passer. Defense is obviously going to sink in, double team. And I mean, she had success going in right at Schuler to pick up her 5th foul to score the and one opportunity.
I just think if you're Oregon State, you got to be really careful. If Whitaker gets it deep, I'm not saying you give her the layup, but you just can't give her an and one.
Cannot give her an and one. Cannot foul in any situation right here if you're Oregon State.
So Whitaker with the career best 35 points to go along with 14 boards. That's just 2 off her career high in the Karams. Schuler and Williamson have fouled out. Gardner has fouled out for Gonzaga. Here we go, 18.5 left. Shot clock off, game clock. Quick hit into Whitaker.
Well, they went right back to the well. It's exactly what they ran the last time out. And she almost had an and one opportunity, just could not get all the way to the side of the rim.
So couldn't keep up with the footwork of Whitaker. So now Lauren, who is 10 for 12 from the charity stripe, has a chance to pull Gonzaga to within 1 with a ton of time left. Again, Whitaker 10 for 12 from the charity stripe, 35 points and counting. That was a quick hitter, wasn't it?
It was.
How clutch is the redshirt freshman. One more coming for Lauren. Whew.
Got to get it in if you're Oregon State. Got to look to foul.
And that's what you want if you're the Beavers, is Villa going back to the line. Whitaker picks up her 3rd.
Used a little bit of time on that clock, on that inbounds. 13.3 left on the clock, a lot of time.
So here's Villa. 11 for 16 from the charity stripe. That looked more like Jenna.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Legs underneath her. She wasn't short.
Got them both. 90 to 87, a 1-possession lead. Little heat from Schimmel. 10 seconds left to go right here. Turner, could she create some magic? Whitaker, NBA 3. Whitaker not there. Into the hands of Villa. And she's fouled. One more will do it. This game is not over yet.
Well, Grace, I mean, Whitaker with a nice job of coming from behind right there on the little swing back And her 37 points ties the most for a single game scoring record in Gonzaga's freshman history.
Wow, Villa's free throw, that will do it.
Yep.
And a poetic justice for Villa, who you know is kicking herself for missing a couple of charity tosses to keep Gonzaga in it. But there's the two that will seal the deal. Let her go if you're Schimmel. What a celebration for Oregon State, a 92-87 winner in overtime over Gonzaga.
Well, Oregon State dug deep in that overtime period, but Schuler fouling out, finding a way to win, making big shots and big free throws. Credit Gonzaga never gave up, came back with the fight, put themselves in a chance to win the basketball game. We knew this game was going to be close. We had a great one.
37 points for Whitaker to go along with 14 points. And what Schuler was able to do with the 17 points, 9 assists, 10 steals, 3 blocks. I mean, this was a classic.
And she was terrific. You know, the fact that she wasn't in that overtime period, you hate to see somebody foul out like that, but she was instrumental in this win from start to finish.
Jenna Villa with 31 points, just one off of her career high, and all those free throws down the stretch after she missed some big ones.
She only had 7 points at half. I mean, it was all about that second half, coming in, throwing that point, and she was huge in this victory.
So put it in the books, a classic. Oregon State defeating Gonzaga in overtime, 92-87. Massive win for the Beavers. So tough to beat at home. They go to 7-1 in conference play. They lead the pack in the WCC. For Jen, our entire ESPN Plus crew, I'm Ann saying so long from Corvallis. Thanks for watching WCC Women's Hoop. This was fun. Enjoy the rest of your week. Have a great weekend.